Are you feeling like the universe has been punishing you? I want to shed light on that today. So we're going to talk about what the universe actually wants from you, because feeling like you're being punished from the universe, or feeling like you can't catch a break, nothing's going your way, what an isolating feeling. It's isolating, it's confusing as hell, it's depressing, it's lonely, so many things. But all of this is trying to realign you to something bigger. And so I hope I'm able to shed some light on that today, because I see this a lot through channeling. So this is going to be one of the first channeled podcasts. And what that means is, if you are listening to the audio and not the video here, don't be alarmed if there are periods of me being quiet. I'm trying to pull something through. I'm trying to translate something. If I say a lot, if I start talking and saying we, then that is Laura speaking through me. If I'm referring to her, that's Laura referring to me, Gabrielle, and my human experience. You guys will get the hang of it. I hope it's not too confusing. If it is, please let me know on Instagram and I will help clarify as much as possible. But let's dive right in. So I'm going to pause for a second and pull Laura forward, ask her to speak through me, and really shed this light for you all on what the universe actually wants from you. Ooh, and they're already coming through. So one moment. What we really want from you all is to relax. And when we say relax, we don't mean go sit on the couch and just expect everything to drop on your lap, because that's not the way that manifestation works. Aligned action is incredibly important when it comes to manifestation, and when it comes to manifesting your desires. We know how deeply you want your desires, whether it's a partner, a business, money, a baby, all of the things. We know that, and we can feel that from you. The problem is, and the problem that Gabrielle sees so much through channeling, is the control. Having these like vice grips on controlling the outcome. And the reason why you're controlling is because you do not trust us. You are co-creators. You are co-creators. That means that you work with your spirit team and the universe to bring what you want into fruition. So we want you to relax. We want you to relax. And again, that does not mean that you sit back and you don't take action. We want you to relax your control. We want you to relax your forward thinking. We want you to relax your backward thinking. And we want you to be in the present moment. Because when you are in the present moment, we can deliver. When you are forward thinking or you're backward thinking, we're constantly trying to send you these nudges through your intuition, through your heart, through your stomach, through your mind. But we can't get through. It's like what they're showing me right now is like dodgeball, you know, in like gym class and dodgeball, and you're like dodging the balls. That's it. They're like, we're trying to dodge all your thoughts so that we can have a clear split second to send something through to you. But it's hard. It can be impossible. And then there's so much stuckness in the human experience. So what they're trying to say here is we can get very sucked into our human experience. You are all spiritual beings. You are souls having a human experience. You're not in a human experience having a spiritual experience. They just said that ass backwards. I hope that made sense, but ooh. I don't think they liked me pausing there. Did you guys just see that? Woo. You are spiritual beings having a human experience. We understand the ego. In the spiritual realm, egos don't exist. So we see everything out of love. Everything that Gabrielle tries to manifest in her life, we see that out of love. Everything that has happened to her, everything that forward that may happen, we see it out of love. We understand in the human experience that can be very tough, especially on sensitive topics, and we understand that 1,000,000,000%. But when it comes to really manifesting these desires, we ask for you to turn inward to your ego and look at what is no longer serving you. So the ego there is the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions. It's where your limiting beliefs are. It's where the self-esteem issues, the lack of self-confidence, it's all sitting in there. And this is a very human thing. Because as you grow, they were trying to say as you perform in your human experience, as you grow throughout your human experience, you're absorbing so much from others. And what the universe really wants from you is to absorb from yourself. Ask us first. Ask your spirit team first. Ask your intuition. And if you are struggling to connect to your intuition, we ask that you please heal anything that's standing in the way of you doing that. We ask you to explore that. And there are so many ways to do that. Some of Gabrielle's favorite ways are meditation, walking. She loves being in nature with her dogs and her husband. Sleeping, that's one of her favorite things ever. Tapping, hypnotherapy, therapy, her therapist Pam. Those are some of Gabrielle's favorites. And for you guys, there are thousands of options available. And we ask you to please explore those. And Gabrielle chiming in here, please explore those with a trusted professional, because it really makes it so much easier. Back into channeling. 1 second, let me just get it back. That's our ask of you. Finding the balance. Understanding that you are a co-creator. Understanding that this isn't just all on you. So if something is being shaken up in your life right now, odds are that we're bringing it up to the surface in your life to explore. Let's say it's money problems. Let's say you own a business and the money has stopped, or the money slowed down, whatever you want to say. We can 100% out of confidence tell you that we do that because it is the only thing that gets your attention in the human experience. It's the only thing that gets your attention. And we can promise you it's one of our last efforts. Whatever it is that is present in your life right now that is feeling uneasy, I can promise you that we tried to sprinkle that into your experience well before we had to get to the money. And that's okay. As you go through this journey, you will get better at that. Absolutely. It is a work in progress. Gabrielle is still working on that. No one is perfect here. You're not meant to be fully healed. What we want from you is to be self-reflective. We want you to be self-reflective. We want you to be present enough to be able to stand in your experience and say, something's off here. And connect with that. Ask your spirit guides for that clarity, and then acknowledge and release it in a way that feels good to you. And here's a release. Big releases there for you guys. I always have to pause talking so I don't belch out. But that was a deep one. A lot in the throat for the collective here, a lot in the throat. So this can be around speaking, stepping into your power, stepping into who you are, setting boundaries, speaking out your boundaries, communicating. There's going like this, communicating. So for everyone listening, I ask you to reflect on that. Reflect on that. In what ways am I holding myself back? In what ways am I playing small? In what ways am I blocking my throat? So Gabrielle here, I'm not super into chakras. I don't know much about them, but I know the throat chakra exists. So there could absolutely be something there for you. If you guys are into the chakras, maybe explore clearing that, or ask your spirit guides for assistance in how to do that. So let's get back to see what else they have to say around what the universe really wants from you. Less control. We want less control. Please let us have the creative freedom. There's a 50-50 balance. There is a 50-50 balance. Right now, for a lot of you listening, it's 100% trying to control the outcome. And it can look like this, right? This may be in your subconscious mind. This may not be a conscious thing that you're doing. And I see that a lot actually in channeling, where it sits in your subconscious or in your nervous system somewhere. Less control, less control. So 1 second. When they're holding on to like a tree branch, really, if you're watching the video, like really tough like this, as hard as they could possibly grab onto it. And what they're saying is, we don't want you to totally release and let the tree branch fall on the ground, but loosen the grip a little bit. Loosen the grip. Because when you loosen the grip, we're able to scooch that tree branch exactly where it's meant to be. But when it's so tight, we can't push that tree branch through your hand at all. Just loosen it up a little bit. Loosen it up. And we're not telling you to be willy-nilly with this. We're just asking you to please trust us. And if you struggle to trust us, then please explore that. And what are they trying to say here? Like, look into what is blocking that and ask for help in releasing it. Because your trust in us is of the utmost importance. And there was a release. Your trust in us is the utmost importance. That is what the universe wants from you. It wants you to be 50-50. And here's what this looks like. We're going to give you an example here, and we're going to use money because everyone wants money, right? So let's say you're trying to manifest $100,000. Instead of saying, I'm going to manifest $100,000 in the next 7 days and this, and that, what you are doing by putting that time limit on it is you're trying to control it, because odds are you have a payment due in the next 8 days and you're really trying to get that money in beforehand. So what happens is you actually are asking us to deliver this money out of scarcity because you're afraid of that bill. And so when you look at that bill and your stomach turns, that gives us the vibration of money's not safe. So who are we to deliver that money to someone who feels it's not safe? We respect you too much. If something doesn't feel safe to you, we don't want to deliver that. So what we ask of you is to please, if you want money to feel safe for you, if that is one of your goals, we ask you to please explore everything that is standing in the way of money feeling unsafe. And Gabrielle has not come across a person in all of the people that she's worked with who has not tied their self-worth to how much money they make. And ultimately, that leads to them feeling unsafe. And this is usually a subconscious blockage. So I really want you guys to ask yourself that. Am I tying my worth to how much money I make? If I was to make $0, would I still feel worthy? And if the answer is no, we ask you to explore that. I want to ask them for tangibles and how to explore that, because I know that if I were listening to this, I'd be like, okay, well, how the hell do I do that? So hold on a second. Okay. Step number 1 is the awareness of what the blockages are. So it could be that self-worth one. It could be 50 others. It's the awareness of it. How do you find the awareness? You can turn inward to yourself, or you can ask for help. You can ask an outsider. You can hire a professional. For me personally, Gabrielle here, I love doing hypnotherapy for this because it allowed me to get into my subconscious, where they would guide me through something and I was able to understand the blockage from my subconscious, and be able to figure out what it was and really connect those dots. So for me personally, that helped me tremendously. Journaling, hold on, let's see what else. Journaling, meditation, walking, asking your guides. They're like, ask your intuition, ask the universe, ask your spirit guides and say, hey, I'm curious to explore my money blocks. Can you please make them clear for me? And then we want you to release any expectation around that and just listen to the signs, listen to the cues, turn inwards, meditate. If we can get you to meditate right after you ask that question, and here's a release. Ooh. I'm so sorry if you guys can hear that on the microphone. I really try not to burp loud, but I think the releases here are significant. So, what were they saying? If we can get you to ask yourself that question, hey universe, can you please shine light on my money blockages? And if we can get you to meditate directly after that, we will be thrilled, because odds are you're going to get your answers. So put a notepad next to you and a pen. So step number 1 is the awareness. Step number 2, and pause for a second. I have my laptop here recording on GarageBand, and I just looked over and it was 444 right as I finished that last one. So There you go. Number 2 is acknowledgement. Let's see what they have to say around the acknowledgement. We want you to acknowledge when you, and I'm getting head chills here, which are always unique chills for me in the side of my right side of my head if you're not watching the video. We want you to acknowledge when these blockages are stopping you. Here's an example. Let's say in your awareness phase, you find out that you are tying your worth to how much money you make, right? In step 2, in the acknowledgement, we want you to consciously connect the dots of when this blockage is blocking you. Let me get more on that. So let's say that you are speaking to a team member and one of your highest paying clients is no longer renewing, and you start getting, what is the word? They're using the word chirpy, but that's not like, that's not gonna make sense, so hold on. And you start getting an attitude, I'm just gonna say attitude, like you start getting an attitude with maybe your employee or someone else. We want you to stop and acknowledge that the reason why you're getting the attitude there and maybe chirping back at this person is because you are afraid of not receiving their money because you are tying your worth to how much money you make. It is so much deeper than just receiving that check. It is so much deeper. It's threatening your self-worth. So step 2 here is your acknowledgement of when you are consciously doing that. We want that acknowledgement from you because you're going to consciously connect the dots. So for example, if this has been a subconscious thing, by connecting those dots, you're bringing it from the subconscious, I'm tapping the back of my head here, up into the forward is what they're saying, but your conscious mind. So from the back to the front, that's huge. Because once it's in your conscious mind, it's a billion times easier to release it. Step number 3 is the release. So let's see what they got to say on that. So they're saying, they're like, this is where you can have fun with it, where you can tap it out, you can shout it out, you can meditate it out, however you want to get it out. We want you to find out how you can get it out. It is different for everyone. We wish that we could say, hey, just do this for 5 minutes and you're good. It may not align with you. We're going to use Gabrielle as an example. There are times where for her releases, there was a phase where she loved EFT tapping. Now she's in a phase where she loves breath work. And then maybe next week she's gonna love tapping again or meditation or something like that. But right now it's breath work. It is safe for you to have different tools in your toolbox to take out in different times of your life. This is not a one size fits all. And we deeply urge you to shy away from anybody who may be sharing with you that this is a one size fits all, because you are unique. And the universe wants you to know that you are a unique being. You are special and you are here for a purpose, and we can 1000% promise you that. And if you've ever worked with Gabrielle, she's likely shared what your purpose is because we have fed it through her through meeting you. That's it. It's those 3 steps. The universe wants you to heal everything that's standing in the way of you believing in yourself, of you knowing that you're worthy. Because when you manifest from a place of not feeling worthy, it doesn't align, because up here where we're hanging out, you're worthy. There's never a shadow of a doubt that you're not worthy. And we ask for you to believe that. It is time for you to believe that. We really hope that this was helpful. And we thank Gabrielle so much for giving us the space to come out, because we've been trying to come out of her for a long time. And she's done it. All right, back to me now. That was cool. Damn. So a little background on that. This morning I was meditating, and Laura was just like, we are freaking ready. Like, we are ready. And I can see why now. That was good. I'm really glad I'm recording that, because I'm not going to remember that. That's a common thing with channeling. Like, once I channel someone, I don't remember it. For the most part, some big things I'll remember. But a lot of that I won't. And so I really, really, really hope that was helpful for you guys. Let me know. I want this to be interactive. DM me your questions. I should probably make like an email or like a Google Doc or something like that, or Google form to collect your questions. But that is what the universe wants from you. And Laura was 100% correct. I see this all the time in channeling, like all the time. So much of it. Know your worth. You are worthy. Understand those blockages. Release those. All of that. I love you guys. I really, really, really hope this was helpful. And I just feel so deeply in my heart that the world would be a better place if we all won. So I really hope that this 20-minute episode here is going to help you win. And anything else I can help you with, I'm here for you. Love you guys.